Up and running, and Billabong is loud.
Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with your match preview for tonight's game, as in Thursday night's game. Zrinjski Mostar against Aston Villa in the Europa Conference League, match day 6. And I'm joined by George to preview the game. How are you doing this fine morning, George?
Hello, Rich. Yeah, lovely morning. I'm not feeling so well. I'm hanging on by a thread, mate. I've got this dreaded lurgy that everyone seems to have, but I'm trying to keep my head above water, mate.
Good man, good man. Yeah, it hit me on the weekend. We were just talking backstage about that, and I guess through the airwaves, through the internet, I've managed to pass it on to you somehow. But yeah, we fight on through it all. Guys, we are so close now to 2,900 subscribers. You know, we're on the road to 3K before Christmas. We need just 132 more subscribers to hit that number, which would be phenomenal stuff. So help us by liking the video, hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, and comment down below your thoughts on tonight's game, what you think the score prediction will be, the team lineup, what changes do you think Emery will make, and as always, we'll do our best to reply to as many as we can. So, George, let's get into it. So, chatting around this game, obviously we've qualified for the next stages, I guess the round of 32 or the playoff stages. But as this tournament is set up, that round of 32 is linked to the third place teams that drop out of the Europa League, or I think it's like the playoff round or something like that. But if you come top of that group, you go straight, you bypass that playoff round and into the last 16 proper. So that is what the mission is tonight, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. That's quite a carrot, to be fair, isn't it? Because like at the time of the year, at the minute, there's so many games, and you could do without that, really, couldn't you? Having to play a playoff, the Europa League teams dropping down, you'd like to think would probably cause more of a challenge than the teams in the Conference League already. So yeah, I'd say it's quite important that we get the job done tonight, and I think you get a little rest till about February time, I think. So yeah, I think you've got to go out and get either a draw or a win tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at the group, it's been interesting the way that we've set up across the whole group. We've had a difficult night in Legia for the first European game. I think that was probably a bit more to do with the fact that it was the first European game. Then we had, yeah, exactly. Then we got, we've had 3 home wins, albeit tight games, and then a clinical performance away at AZ Alkmaar. So the players will be confident now. They feel like they've grown into the tournament. They will be confident no matter what team is put out, which we'll get into. But they should be confident going into this game, shouldn't they?
Yeah, too right. I mean, as you said, it was a bit of a slow start to the tournament. Even the Mostar home game, which was straight after the defeat in Warsaw, and we battered them, but it took a really late goal from McGinn, didn't it? Like in the injury time to get over the line there. But ever since then, yeah, we've sort of grown into this tournament. Like the highlight, obviously, the spanking of Alkmaar, which was a really really top performance, and then to finish off the last game beating Warsaw at home, which was another decent game. But yeah, we've just beaten Arsenal and City. We're in rich vein of form. So I think, yeah, if we're not going to be confident now, mate, when are we?
Exactly. We touched on the fact that Zrinjski came to Villa Park on the back, being really stubborn in terms of the way that they were playing, and he took a really late goal from McGinn. Incidentally, they haven't really been battered throughout the whole competition. It's been quite a tight group as such. I think they obviously beat Alkmaar 4-3 in the first game and kind of flipped the group on its head. And then every other game, I think they've lost 2-0 to Legia Warsaw, but it's been one goal in it. So how do you think they approach this game? Will they go out and kind of continue to be kind of tough to beat, or do you think they'll be like, you know what, we won't have an opportunity to play Villa very often, or a team like Villa, let's just go for it?
I don't really know, mate. It's hard to say. I mean, I'm assuming they're out, Rich. They can't qualify, can they?
Yeah, they're out. Yeah.
So they've got nothing to lose, have they? So yeah, maybe they just think, let's just enjoy tonight and go at Villa and see what they're all about. Or it could just be another. We don't want to disgrace ourselves. Keep the game tight and see if we can get over the line this time, like we nearly did the first time. But yeah, I really don't know, Rich. We'll see.
It's a difficult one. Yeah, it is a difficult one. And you just I guess you just hoping that, and I'm sure it will, that Villa really approach it, and we'll get into kind of predicted team lineups in a bit, but approach it in that professional manner, and just as long as they concentrate on doing their job, it doesn't really matter what Zrinjski do.
No, that's it. I think, like as you said there, the two early results in this group, maybe the attitude wasn't quite right in those games, and we thought they were going to be easier than they were. But hopefully that's the lessons learnt now, and we're further on in the comp now, and the boys know what they need to do to sort of get us through top of the group.
Yeah. Now, before we kind of put your predicted lineup on there, a tough week last week, a fantastic week last week. Obviously, Bournemouth getting that late draw, then following that up with a wonderful victory against Man City. Equally brilliant victory against Arsenal, albeit much more sort of hard working, and you could see the players maybe carrying a little bit. We've seen that with other teams, Newcastle particularly looking like they're suffering with kind of fatigue with the tempo that these games are played at. So are you anticipating quite a few changes for the game tonight?
Yeah, this was quite hard for me to work out because I'm sort of caught in two places here. Everything I've just said about wanting to do a professional job and get through this tonight is also coupled with the fact that we've just had two great results, 3 if you count the Bournemouth draw, but then Brentford at the weekend. If it'd be very silly, wouldn't it, if we were to go and beat City, beat Arsenal, and then a Brentford team who I respect loads and I've got a lot of good things to say about, but they're in a bad run at the minute. And I'd say it's very important we go there and get something as well. Because if we was to go and lose on Sunday, you sort of think, after the Lord's Mayor show, you've just beaten the two top teams and then drop points at Brentford. So I reckon he will make a few changes tonight, Rich. But at the same time, you'll probably find the big boys will come on in the game. He'll probably use it as a training session for them. About half an hour left, you'll probably see, I don't know, the Watkinses, Louises, whatever he just decides to do. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, mate. I think there will be some changes for definite. The likes of Duran, Longley's obviously played a lot in this competition.
He's a shilling.
Dendoncker might come in as well, who had some more minutes the other night. I know Olsen's maybe not been in squads lately, so he might not make it. I don't know. There must be an injury or illness or something, because he's performed okay, hasn't he, in this competition? So there's no reason to say that he wouldn't come in. And that being said, there'll still be good players playing in this match. The only, the likes of Duran, the likes of Diaby, maybe the likes of Cash coming back in. So there'll still be top players playing in this team. It's just we play such a settled side that there's a risk that it becomes a little bit disjointed. That's the only thing that you're probably saying, but I don't think that will happen. I think the players are playing with that much confidence, and players want to get into that team to play in the Premier League, that they should be able to put themselves up to match fitness. The other little bit is obviously Luca Digne and Douglas Luiz are suspended for Sunday. So does that mean that they potentially play tonight on the back of they will be forced to rest on Sunday? I'm not so sure.
I don't know. Is Dean suspended as well, you say?
Yeah, he's got 5. He got 5 bookings. Yeah. So
yeah, you probably find that they will play them, won't they? Because if they've got no game at the weekend, then you might as well give them another game tonight.
That's the thing. But then do you get I mean, Luca Dean seems to be able to go. Well, they both seem to be able to go forever. To be honest, those two players, they seem two of the most durable players in the side. But I think even Louise was probably flagging in that Arsenal game towards the end. So it might be that he gives him a full rest, and we'll see. But let's put your team up in terms of your prediction. So yeah. You've gone Olsen in goal, so hopefully there's nothing serious there, because I think it'd be good to get him back in the side. But yeah, talk me through your team that you've gone for, mate.
Yeah, it's kind of everything we've just said, mate. I think the worry you had there is right. It's just that if this lot haven't all played together regularly, there's that chance of it being a bit disjointed and a bit sort of players not knowing, not on the same wavelength with each other. But I look at that and I think there's good players there. Jacob Ramsey slowly getting his fitness back. I think he could do over 90 minutes tonight, and I'd predict he would get that. Then Donker come on, done a good job against Arsenal in the week. Hasn't played much this season. I think he could do over 90 minutes as well, because I think he's a good player personally, even with all the amount of stick he seems to get. Longley, as I said, absolute shoe-in for this game, a staple of the Conference League so far. Obviously, I've got Moreno there because I wasn't aware of Dean being suspended, but
it might well be Moreno as well. He needs minutes as well. So
yeah, possibly. Yeah. I mean, Matty Cash at the minute's finding himself out, sort of not out in the cold, but the system's changed a little bit, and he's not been playing. So I'd say he's definitely one that will play tonight. The only one there that's a bit dodgy is Mr. Zaniolo, isn't it?
The chance for redemption. You're giving him a chance for redemption, George.
Yeah, because I can see a little bit in him, but obviously, I know your view on him. I can see a little bit. He just looks like, I've been saying this, to be fair, ever since he signed. He just looks like he needs one moment of a cracking goal to go in off the bar or something like that. He just needs a bit of love and to feel real part of it. And I think you'll see an improvement in him, but he is running out of time, to be fair. He needs to get his act together.
Yeah, I mean, look, I would love no more or no less than anyone else, him to score tonight. And if he is playing and to put in a great performance, because like you say, so much of football is about confidence. And if he can get a couple of goals or even just a goal, it'd be amazing stuff for him. Just quickly before we get your score prediction, how do you think Emery approaches this? Do you think he goes attack, or do we kind of keep it solid and kind of just try and be professional as such?
Knowing Emery so far for us, he likes to start fast, doesn't he? And I kind of like that strategy myself. I think you just go full pelt into this for about 20 minutes, try and get an early goal. And I think we get 1-0 up in this game. We very rarely, don't want to tempt fate, but we don't often lose leads, Rich, do we, these days?
No.
I just think, start fast, get the early goal. And almost like we did against Arsenal the other day. And then you can maybe sit back a little bit, absorb a bit of pressure if it comes. But yeah, I wouldn't be risking it, trying to play casual the whole game, because you never know. It only takes one little deflected goal from them or something, and we're in big trouble. So
yeah, exactly. Like it is like like you said, there's a carrot at the end of the stick with regards to top of the group. There's a bit of jeopardy in the other match with Alkmaar against Legia, because I think both can still get through.
I think if Alkmaar win, they jump over Legia, don't they?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. So that's why obviously it's Legia at home, so that should that'll be a big atmosphere. Just need to touch as well on the Legia punishment. I don't know if you saw that yesterday, but they've been fined €100,000, and their away fans have been banned for the next their next 5 European fixtures. So it doesn't look like Villa are getting any action against them. I think it's all been put onto Legia. The blame's all been put onto Legia, and have also been ordered to pay all the damages to what they did to the stadium and the surrounding areas or whatever. So that'll be interesting. Maybe a couple of zeros will go onto the council bill around the area. So we'll see about that.
Well, it needs doing up a bit around there, doesn't it? So
yeah, exactly. Part of the North Stand redevelopment. To be fair, that'd be good. Yeah. That'd be good. But yeah, obviously rightfully so. And there was talk of banning them from the competition, but I didn't ever think that was going to happen. But to get some sort of punishment is certainly justified. George, before we finish up, let's get your score and scorers for tonight.
Right, I think I'm going to go bit of a boring 1-0 early first half goal, like I just said I wanted. I'll go for Duran to get the goal. And
Nice.
yeah, and hopefully we'll just sit back a little bit, and hopefully it will be a relatively easy night, mate.
Nice. I'm going to go 3-0 Villa win. I'm going to go for Tielemans, Diaby, and Nicola Zaniolo
Oh, there it
to
is.
score. There we go. There we go. Right. Thank you very much, George. Let's look forward to the game. We've got loads of shows coming. I will try my best to do a instant match reaction after tonight's game. We'll also have match preview to come for Brentford, probably Saturday. So do look out for that one, and then instant reaction for Brentford. I am actually going to the game, so if anyone is about, please come and say hello. And it might be an on location instant match reaction. So look forward to that. But plenty of content to come. So make sure you're hitting the like button. Help us spread the word of the channel. Subscribe if you are new to it. Help us get to that 3K mark before Christmas, and comment your predictions, your lineup predictions, your match predictions, and anything else you want to comment down below, and we'll try our best to respond. Like I say, George, thank you very much, mate. Thank you all for watching, and as always, remember, we all follow the Villa. Thanks, everyone.